The second doctrine the Kosmos uses is the doctrine of the Nicolaitans. That doctrine is also preached from the pulpit. Now, Nicolaity is a compound word. Nico means destroyed. Laity means common people. That distinction of clergy and laity was never God's mind. Listen, that distinction of clergy, like the clergy are the people that are anointed, and every other person is not anointed, and they must always come to the clergy before they can connect to God. That doctrine from the pulpit is the Kosmos. It is engineered by the Kosmos. It's the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, where they are destroyed the function of God's people. God wants everybody to be a serving priest. So the picture of the church is not like the football stadium where the players are playing and the rest are cheering them on. No. So now there are many believers who don't think they are even in ministry because they don't hold a microphone. They don't stand behind the pulpit. There are people who think they are powerless. They think they can't approach God. There are believers who don't even know God for themselves. They have made a man of God their God and their anchor. How did we come to this point? From the pulpit. Because when we start declaring from the pulpit that we are supermen and we can do all things for you, and that you don't need to have access to God, you only need to give us money so that we can do things, we can create things in the spirit for you. That kind of doctrine from the pulpit is the doctrine of the Nicolaitans. So the church, everybody becomes a pure woman. There are only a few people are performing. All the rest, they come to watch performances and they pay their gate fee. People see offering and tithe as gate fee. So I'm paying my gate fee to you so that you can wake up at night and be praying for me. I don't need to pray. That's why I paid you. I don't need to pray. I don't know your God. You know him. I don't know him. That kind of doctrine came from the pulpit. The true picture of the church, like I said at that time, is that of an orchestra, not a football stadium. An orchestra where we have individual instruments, but they are all playing different sounds but releasing one sound. A nation and a company of nations. Different sounds but producing one harmonious melody. Orchestra. The guitar is playing according to his notes. The keyboard according to his notes. The violin according to his notes. But there's a conductor conducting them, and yet they produce one sound. So when you come to the Lord, my duty is to help you locate God for yourself and to teach you how you can stand as a believer, because one day my phone will be off and you have to engage heaven. Meanwhile, what you need to engage heaven is already in you. I will do a great disservice when I tell you you must always come to me for prayer. I don't teach you how to lift up your hands and pray, because one day my phone may be off. And that's why, people put a lot of premium on going to see the man of God. There's nothing wrong with that. Excuse me. Hello. There's nothing wrong with that. But you see, people put premium. It's like they put a child to it. Anytime you put a child to something, don't you think that you have made that thing a special thing? Before you can see one of God, you must buy a ticket and pay money before you can go and see the man of God for counsel or for prayer. It is from the pulpit, but it's demonic. But you see, people like that because people don't like simple things. People want complex things. If you go to a doctor and you tell the doctor your problem, and then he looks at you and say, okay, all right. You start writing. You're like, now you free me, bro. You're not even examining me. But when you go and you say, okay, lie down, then you will press your stomach. You will pull your leg. Then you call for, what do you call this one? Intravenous, this thing. By like 2. Hey, because quite this so see so. How did they serious part? After all that, you give you your price, your charge. Pay 2,000. You say, you're sure me pa. That is what is happening in the church. So now, those of us who don't give a criteria, we are not powerful. We are not powerful because we don't give, because we don't make the thing like come. Okay, hello. I want to open somebody's destiny this morning. You see, like Paul at the point said, he said, because we don't do that, you despise us. That's Paul. He said, but we were too weak to do that. We were too afraid to do that. Because that's not God's way. So now there are many people who don't know God, who don't want to know God. They only want to know the man of God. And that's enough for them. So you see, bring perfume. Then you see people carrying gallons, boxes of perfume. For the man of God to bless it. They will bless the perfume and they'll go and put it there. They will not pray in the morning. They don't want to know God. They will not pray. They don't read the Bible. They get up and then they go. Perfume is speaking. First it was fragrance. And it turned to fire. Oh. Beware of what is streaming from the pulpit that makes you always depend on a man of God. I hope you know the balance. I'm not saying you should despise a man of God. Never. But you see, the idea is not like he is the one who knows God. I don't know God. No, that's not the idea.